by the rules for a little while, you know, then you can break the rules. Stop breaking the rules.
I can flip your shit, take your chick and your pay stub. I don't play the field, I hit my Dougie from the skybox. Playing with my funds, it get ugly like
What's up, guys? How y'all doing?
My God, I ain't been this livid since my dad kicked me out the house. We had an agreement, now you tryna give the one a roll. Bad move, you shouldn't have done me like that. You pay the price, don't take advice, make bad moves, the wrong move.
You have a song with him, right?
Could've played your cards right, now it's bad news.
Nate Rose?
You acting like a bitch, great.
Yeah.
It's time to grind, you better make way. And when it comes to this, I don't take breaks, and because of this,
Okay,
I
bro.
need a pay raise. I gotta ask myself for a pay raise.
Yeah?
Hey Nate,
I never
what you say, mate? Well,
check
shit,
more
dog, you a
songs
real
out
boss,
of
and that growth looking
by
like
him.
it made weight. So okay, wait. Tell me how you gonna get rid of the body you got in front of you. Probably should get a shot and put a hole through his body. Like it to do is a hobby. Like you
Yeah?
get the fuck out of here. But I might do him different from a gut check. Cause if he do die, then I'm
Better than
a
you?
suspect. So I might cut the legs off his client back and just drink for my
Joking.
success.
Okay, guys. I'm here with OLLIE Joseph. As you might know, we started a new record label named Guerrilla Records, and today we have a first release with the one and only OLLIE Joseph. My name is Unorthodox. I'm in the Netherlands. He is in Los Angeles right now. You can drop a question in the chat, and we will try to answer them. Me, OLLIE, doesn't matter. By that time, I'm gonna ask OLLIE some questions. So first of all, bro, how you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'll talk to you.
Appreciate it, bro.
I'm doing so, you know, I'm in high spirits and I'm alive and well.
Bless, bro, bless.
That's a better way to put it.
Glad to hear that, bro. The same goes the other way around. Like, I'm hella excited for everything coming up, like I told you before. Are you too? How do you feel? Like all the hard work we put into this?
I feel I don't know. I think my feelings are a little biased just because I know it starting from like the ground to like where it's like talking to you right now. To someone else, it might just seem like a collaboration, but to me, this is like way more than that. So I'm ecstatic.
Yeah, it's more than music and it's more than business, all that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah.
And it's also like crazy how.
Isn't it wild how it's almost a year, almost to the date. I think it was like October 6th or something like that.
Something like
when
that.
You were out in LA. That's wild. It seems like a long time ago,
yeah.
But it doesn't seem like a year
ago. True. That's also because we stayed in contact and had our mind on this and maybe on you know.
Yeah,
in the meanwhile.
Yeah. That's good though. That's one thing from living all over the place and traveling a lot.
Yeah.
The one thing I learned that I always try to tell someone else if they meet someone cool is to just stay in contact with that person. Not as obviously you don't want to annoy them as much as possible.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking about them, hit them up because they're probably thinking about you too. And you always those connections.
That's real.
Oh yeah, it's the good stuff.
Spoken, bro. That's true. Can you tell a little bit more about yourself, bro? About OLLIE Joseph? How you started off?
Yeah, I always like to start off by saying it's my real name. I tried to think of a stage name. Thought of some that were trash. I was like, well, I guess I'm just using my government name. But I was born and raised in Japan. Grew up a little bit in the United States too. Ended up moving permanently to the United States for high school in Florida. Went to college in Michigan at Michigan State. And then after I lived there for a year and then moved out to LA without knowing absolutely anybody except my one friend.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I started making music that same year, and I don't know what convinced me to move out here. My friend did, but I was like, oh yeah, I could definitely do that. I don't know if I was like cocky or what. I'm like, oh what? music, that's easy. I came out of here. It hasn't been easy, but that's where I'm at today.
That's
And that
crazy,
was
bro.
about, I think I've lived out here for a little over 3 years.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I think that really shows like even though you might have done it like unconsciously, like how close you stay to yourself and to your own personality, and really stick with your gut feeling also, you know. And don't look at
Yeah,
your surroundings, you know, because it's not normal, you know. Maybe for you it's normal, but
yeah. I also have to. I always credit the people that I've met are what have kept or who have kept me out here, and have kept me like locked in and wanting to do this because it just gets more and more fun as the journey goes on. And that's to me like I need to be having fun when doing something. If I'm not having fun, I can't stay focused,
for sure,
and then I'm confident.
bro.
And it just
Yeah,
all the challenges, the successes, the failures, it's all fun.
yeah, thanks. And it's also like if you change your perception about it, like if you view it as a learning process, then everything is, you know,
Yeah,
acceptable.
I'm trying to learn how to. I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to say I don't want to learn, but I don't think I'd get to the point because mixing and mastering isn't interesting enough to me to where I'd sit down and be like, I want to mix all my own stuff.
No,
I also
no,
think
no.
that would be from my process a little bit too, but
Yeah,
I want to learn how to mix like a good enough demo. So I've been hitting up like Hush has helped me a lot. My roommate Drew has helped me a lot, but I was like toying around with something in Logic. And I'm like, man, fuck this. Like, I cannot figure this out. I'm done. And I was like, no, I am gonna figure this out right now. It took a little bit, but I watched some tutorials and I
bro,
got it.
it's okay. Like it's like having a company. Like if you um, have a company in a certain type of branch and you need to hire someone for websites where you don't know nothing about, then the only thing you have to know is what you need. Like what do you need from that person? What do you want the product to be? That's the only thing that you need to know, and the rest that the other person can do for you. So the same goes with mix and mastering. You know, like as long as you know what you want, everything is all right. And of course, it's always nice if you learn yourself some extra skills, but you know, there are probably some other things that you can also spend the time on making music. You know.
One thing I've been trying to learn is like the terminology or like the correct. Because I'll go in there, I'll be like, oh yeah, more of this, like just making up shit, and it helps out so much more if I'm like, how about you sidechain the vocals rather than like, oh yeah, do that one thing where it goes through. Like,
Where the kick sounds better.
Like,
Alright.
yeah, no matter what, it always works out best.
That's fire, bro. I want to come back at the thing you said, like as long as I'm enjoying, everything is alright. Like I saw an interview 2 days ago about the coach of Tottenham Hotspur. You also like soccer, right? So you know Tottenham. You know Mourinho.
Well, I don't have any sort of like cable or any way to watch anything anymore, so I haven't followed up with it in like 2 years.
It's okay, it's okay. But like
learn me up.
I'm not gonna learn you anything, but like he also said, like if you have like want to play on the highest level and have a team on the highest level, like you can have like every skill you need on a certain level, but the final thing that what's gonna make you world class is the fact that that you as player are enjoying or not, because only then you can put your ego aside and all those kind of things, and you know look to what you have to look at.
I completely agree, and a good example that I can reference for having fun and also having longevity in it too is Drake. I'm sure you've seen like the Laugh Now Cry Later video or the Pop Star video where he just threw Justin Bieber, and like it's fun. It's like someone's watching that, and it's not just him in front of some cars like doing the typical stuff. It's like an actual, you're watching a movie and you're watching, like, I know he directs most of his videos, and it's all his ideas, and I'm like, he's still having fun with it, and it shows in the music, you can hear it. And when you turn it on, like, just come my phone and you know stuff.
True, bro. And also, so when I think about it, like a lot of, like, how do you say it? These low vibes, depression type music vibes are.
Yeah, bad boy.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's really becoming a thing the last couple of years, and that is because also like that is a little bit the mood of a lot of young people right now. But like
Yeah,
the best way to cure that like is with fun and with humor and all those things. You know, like you can make that type of song, or you can make also that type of song, but fun and
yeah. It's like I have a song coming out a little bit later in the year that's more of a sad type of song, but the beat is a little bit like it keeps you in tune. It's
yeah,
not
yeah,
making you want to cry or anything like that. And there's nothing wrong with that type of music, but in a time where everyone is sad and there's a lot of negative things that are going on, I don't understand. I'm not the type of person who, if everyone's sad, I'm like, oh, I want to be sad too, or I want to stay in a bad mood.
yeah,
I'm like, fuck this. I'm trying to turn up,
yeah,
get lit. I'm trying to have fun.
yeah,
I want to live. That's what living is having fun. It's not being sad and like just commenting negative shit about everything and
yeah.
bonding over shit that you don't like. Like, I want to have a good ass time, man. I'm
Yeah,
not
bro.
promising wrong. Fuck that.
But that's what I'm learning too, because like if you reach that level, then also your creative product is also ready to be communicated to people, you know. But if you look
Yeah.
at it as a creative product, what is the best creative artistic product? Then it's maybe the opposite of that. Then it is maybe that emotional shit, you know. So
That's true.
that is.
You know that one song? It's like my last song, that son, I would never travel away.
I don't know that one, bro.
You probably like that song, dude. It was huge over here on TikTok. He
Okay.
signed an internet market with Taz Taylor and all them.
Oh,
But
fire.
I heard about that song, but I had never checked it out. I only saw it on TikTok. But
Okay.
then I listened to it, and I'm like, it is a sad song, but I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, bro, but that is
hard.
yeah, bro, but that is also like really in the beginning when I made music, I thought like this is commercial music, blah blah blah, blah, you know. But like I really learned like Drake with his One Dance and like all the hits he has, it has depth, you know. That's
Yeah.
fucking depth, you know. Even though it looks so simple. Yeah.
And even when I was hammered,
Yeah.
dancing and that shit, I'm taking it all in. I feel that. Someone told me, I forgot who it was. I wish I could credit him, but there's music that you listen to, and then there's music that you feel. And I want to make the stuff that you feel, and you produce shit that people feel, and that's what like I rarely get someone who will go out of their way to text me. Like, people I don't talk to will have my number. If no one hits me up like, yo, the song's good, they'll DM me on Instagram. But I feel like Instagram and text are two different things. Text is way more personal than DMs. And like, this kid who listens to my music, let me actually, hold on one second. This won't take long. I just want to read what he said.
Fire.
Shout out Chris. He's been listening to my stuff for a minute. He's a cool ass dude. He said Jacksonville Code is fantastic. Fantastic? Like, that's a step of fucking fuck fire, fuck hard, fantastic. That's awesome. And he said good shit. And I was like, man, I really appreciate you telling me that. And he said, for sure, definitely an open and vulnerable song. You talk your shit. I'm proud of you for putting that out. And I was like, that's awesome. So people can feel what we make, and that I know he probably heard that and probably could relate at some certain part, because the beat right off the bat, you're in your field.
Bro, it's a combination of both, bro. It's like you killed it, and it's also showing like how much emotion you have put in it. Like it cannot reach him if you didn't put it in it yourself. So, bless, bro. Okay. So did we already discuss when we first reached out to each other, or how you know New Gorilla Beats?
No. I'd gladly talk about it though.
Alright.
So I moved out here I moved out to Los Angeles in August of 2017, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure it was in July. My brother sent, or it was sometime around then. Don't quote me on the exact date, but it was sometime when I moved out here, or around when I moved out here, that my brother, shout out to them, he sent me the. It wasn't the Sakura beat. It was I think it was the arigato beat that you produced.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, 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 ding. That one. Oh my god! And he said, and he's
I
like,
remember
dude,
that.
he's like, you have to hit this guy up and work with him. His instrumentals are crazy. And so I went through and I was listening to him on my drive out here, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And then I was going through, I saw you had like millions of plays and X amount of subscribers, and I'm like, I had no plays at all. And I'm like, there's no way this dude's gonna want to work with me. So fast forward, I think it was like 2 years. I had put out probably close to like 30 songs or something like that. And you uploaded, and I was saying I was always in tune with like, the new uploads you guys had, always listening to them. And then you uploaded one that was called Phuket, and I was like, I heard the guitar and I almost seized out, man. I was like, this is amazing. And it had a link and it said to purchase this beat, go to there. And I never bought beats. I always had people who made them, and I always try to become friends with the people I work with to have fun, and then to also, I'm sure I can offer them something in return of them handing me some beats. And so I was like, this is gonna be the first beat I ever buy. And so I went to go on your website and I couldn't find it. And I was like, fuck, I have to reach out to this guy to buy this beat. So that's when I emailed you and I was like, yo man, I really want to buy this beat, but I couldn't find it. Here's my music. And I sent you and you were like, oh dude, I've actually heard Whatever Happens before, it's dope. And I was like, whoa, what? This is crazy. And then you were like, yeah, man, here's the beat. Like, let's see if we can make something happen out. And I went, and I was so. At that point, I was like, fuck, you should have just let me bought the beat. This is a lot of pressure right now. And so, dude, you're someone who I've looked up to for a long time. So that's like, like a rapper looking up to someone like I don't know, we'll just say Jay-Z. And he's like, all right, here's your shot. Don't fuck it up. You didn't say that, but that's what I felt like. And so I sat on it for a little bit, and then I wrote something I had been through a couple months before regarding a past relationship. I wrote a song which is now sick to my stomach, which will come out November 13th. And I sent it back here like, all right, it's go time. I was like, let's go. I was so happy, man. That was crazy. I'll never forget. So, yeah, 3 years after, we're here now.
Yeah, bro. This is gonna be a classic story. I think you have to tell this. Gonna have to tell this many more times.
I will tell this until people are sick of listening. I do not give a fuck because this is to me. You always hear like, put the work in, dreams come true, do this, do that, but you never. You always. I retain it. I try to soak everything in. I try to. If someone says something and it's worth listening to, I'll say I have a terrible memory, but it will be in here somewhere.
Yeah.
But when it actually happens, that's when you're like, oh shit, everything I was doing was worth this moment right here. Like, it was all worth it. Because, you go through the times where you're like, fuck, man, like, I'm just not getting any, like, it feels like nothing's going. But that's because you're living it day to day. It's hard to step back. One thing I'm really bad at is stepping back and looking at what I've already done. I'm always, like, full speed ahead. And when that happened, I was like, all right, something's going right here. And I got to keep on doing this because it's all happening for some reason.
Yeah, bro. Appreciate it a lot. And about the thing you said about stepping back, that's true. And yeah, I think the stepping back thing is also a little confrontational for some people. If you see literally everything, it's like fuck. So yeah, but
I also think sometimes, like, if you're always kind of looking back, you're like, well, you know what? I have done a lot. I think a little bit of me is scared of getting complacent. and like settling. I'm like, you know what?
Me too.
I'm okay here.
Yeah.
I can't. So that's why like it's just I'm just all full speed ahead.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get better at living and like appreciating the present, all of that good stuff.
Yeah, appreciating the present. That's true, but how I look at it, like if you're in a bad vibe, like or people who like are depressed and stuff, they're basically living in the past. So you have a lot of books right now, live in the present, living in now, blah blah blah. This is for all those people, you know. So if you feel like that, that helps. But yeah, I experimented also with it for myself, but it is like I just try to live in the future, like basically I just try to live in what I want to live in and see myself live in, and I trying to handle like that and behave
No,
like
man,
that. Also,
you're a very futuristic is a good way to describe you. It does feel like you might have time traveled back just to win again, and it's okay. But bringing up what you said about the if people who are kind of stuck in like a melancholy state, they do live in the past. I don't know if you remember me saying this, but I said you and my brother would get along so well because he told me this summer when I was going through some stuff, he was like, people who are depressed tend to live in the past. People who are anxious live in the future. So they're always scared of what's to come. And people who are happy live in the present. And because he was reading some like some book on Buddhism or something, and he used to be on like the sadder side of things, and now he's happy. He grew up. He glowed up. Now he's just like he's so fun to be around. He's always been my favorite person, but it's cool to see him find happiness now and be able to now show me how to do it too.
Sick. Yeah, about the future, that future is related to anxious. I found out last month. But yeah, that's crazy to hear, man. But also like it shows also like how important information is. Like also for me, like of course you can make yourself crazy with the wrong information, but yeah, like information can make you literally rich, like as a human. Like it can give you rest, it can get all your doubts away, it can, you know, it can make you sure about what you see, you know, like it is with that being said, how do you think about the current corona situations?
I think that I don't know how other I saw a video clip of I think it was in England where they had a music festival and they had it sectioned off in little squares and like people could it was like 6 person to a square and they were eating while the acts were playing. I'm like, yo, that looks better than an actual festival itself. Like we need to just adapt that going over because I like touching people. But it's unfortunate, but you might find this interesting. I was deep into some, not even a conspiracy theory, it was just history on past pandemics. But on every 20th, I think it was like in 1720 and 1820 and 1920 and in 2020, every 100 years we experience something like this. And if you don't learn from the past, you repeat it in the future. And we're doing the same things that they were doing back then, being like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, this, that, and the other. And now look, over here in the States, like cases are going up again. The president just got it today. So,
oh, for real?
Yeah.
Bro, good promo.
That is some news. If you go on Twitter, memes everywhere.
Fuck.
It's and I don't ever want to wish something like that on somebody, but karma does have a weird way of if you denounce something and you're making fun of people for wearing masks and all that, and then you get it, it's like you kind of asked to get it at that point. So I think it's messed up, man, but I think everyone should take the necessary precautions. I come from a family of doctors, so my family's taking it seriously. I'm trying to do everything I can. I always keep like a mask close to me because I always forget it when I leave. So I have like 8 in my car. I got some around here, so I'm always masked up. But
Gang.
Transition. You've been on the mask game way before everyone else has.
Yeah, bro. But China was on the mass game also, well, way before than the West, you know.
And that's the thing too. Growing up in Japan, anytime you get sick, anytime someone's sick,
Yeah.
they put the mask on, and they generally recover a lot quicker than other nations do. So,
Okay.
and to me, like I grew up seeing it.
Mhm.
It wasn't strange, but here it's like, oh, it was freaking out. But now everyone's wearing them, so they should. It is
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. I have to find a new unique selling point, bro.
How is it in Europe though, or in Holland?
In Holland, yeah, it's kind of the same. Like last week, the rules, yeah, the second wave is starting, so the rules are getting stricter. You know, you can be with more than 3 people in one house, for example, those kind of things. You know, I must say also that, but it can also be me, but it feels like people are also getting a little. There, a lot of people understand it, and everyone is down to do whatever it needs, if it takes. But a lot of people are also getting a little frustrated, and
Yeah.
you know, like I see that also. So
Yeah, and I understand the frustration, but it also comes to you can get frustrated and act out of impulse, or you can be frustrated because everyone's frustrated. I've not met one person who's like, "Fuck, I love it. This is awesome."
Yeah, but it's more about like rules that have been made. Like for example, in the Netherlands, last night I saw someone like you can still fuck a prostitute, but you can't sit on a couch with more than 3 people. You know, like.
Now, see, that does not make any sense.
So yeah.
I did not expect that example. That was hilarious.
So that are the little things that.
Someone's got to change that. There are a lot, especially in the States too, since most of the restriction policies are state to state at that level of government. You have people in the South who are basically all the way open. And then you have people who are out here where you can only eat at outside places. So, but travel is still good. You can still fly wherever you want. So,
crazy.
I was thinking the other day, I was kind of high, just thinking about everything, and I was like, is it even worth it if someone like, why not just shut down travel for like a month? Unless someone really has to get somewhere, like for something like that, then you can fly like the smaller jets around. But like the traveling, if shit's open in the South, and a bunch of people from the South are flying out here and getting out here, it's just a giant thing that's going to be circulating until we get a vaccine. So,
true.
I don't know.
Bro, you should become president, man.
Yeah. Yo, it's good. We'll get you over here. We'll get you all ready to go too, and we can you can be president. I'll be your vice president.
Would you be a Democrat or a Republican? We're going off, bro. We're going off, bro. Like you told before, you have Japanese roots. You're born in Japan. How does that come across with your music? You already also said that you're inspired by a couple of those Oriental beats, but do you want to use it more in your music, or in the future want to do something with it?
Yeah, I really like the Asian club instruments. They're not guitars. I actually don't know what they're called. It's kind of embarrassing.
I think it's our sitars. Sitars.
You know, yeah, you probably used them before. So yeah, we're gonna go with answer A right there. But to me, living in Japan, it was a very peaceful experience. It was a very safe way to grow up. So anytime I hear that, instantly I transport right back to where I was, and like I grew up about an hour south of Tokyo. I also grew up on a little island called Okinawa. But it was just I use this word so much now. It was just a vibe. You cannot match it. The people there are nice. The food there is amazing. Women are beautiful. you can't not like Japan. Like everything there is awesome, and people live to like 120 because they're all just vibing and eating healthy. So anytime I hear something like that in the beat, it just reminds me of where I grew up. But I think just me being a well versed traveler in general, I've had a lot of worldly experiences that I feel most people might not be able to go through until they're in like their 50s and have money to travel. But I've gotten to go through it at a young age, and I feel like it allows me to talk about a lot of things that actually happened in my life, opposed to rapping about stuff that I wish I would have done or I wish I'd be doing right now but haven't done. Like if I say in a song, or I have a song called I think it's called In My Bag, and I go, I've been to 20 countries by the age of 20 something. And that's true, like, I'm not lying. Like, I actually have done that. And those are just little fun gems to drop. Not to, like, well, maybe it is reflect on some people, but it's more so to inspire people. I think the best way to learn is to travel. And so that's what I'm now bringing into the more storytelling, seriousness, aspects of the song, like vulnerability too. I get to start talking about my travel experiences now, and I think moving forward, the music is going to become more personal. And because now I'm at a point where I am comfortable with talking about like my stories that maybe not everyone can relate to them, but you can probably relate to like a little part of it or something like that. Because at first I didn't want to talk about like growing up in Japan or anything like that because most people I know never have even had the opportunity to go over there. So if all my music, if I front loaded it and talked about it then, I don't think I could have gotten people's attention. But now that I have it, I want to show them who I actually am and, you know, how I grew up and all that stuff.
Alright. Yeah. It is also like, yeah, I feel you. But I think the Japanese culture is also like as soon as people can like create a context in their mind real quick with things, which Asia and Japan has, I think that's why it works in the West.
Yeah, like anime over here. Oh my gosh, in the past 10 years, it is soaring. I don't know what it is, but it's taken off exponentially. Like when I was growing up, Dragon Ball Z. I lived in Michigan for for a small part of my childhood. But when I was over there, like my brother and I would watch Dragon Ball Z. We would run home from wherever we were to catch the new Dragon Ball Z episode. But and it was like, oh, you like Dragon Ball Z, you're a nerd. I'm like, fuck that, it's awesome. What are you talking about, George? But now it's like everybody's into anime, and I love seeing that. Like everyone appreciates it because it's awesome shit.
Yeah.
Like no one does cartoons like the Japanese. Fuck out of here. Like SpongeBob, awesome. Americans got some cartoons, but no one has the same cartoons like the Japanese have.
Yeah.
Mainly because they're all uncensored and it's real world shit with a lot of like action, like people beating the shit out of each other, like with super beams. Like awesome.
It's the stories are not necessarily like completely fiction or fantasy. It's like more real life relatable than SpongeBob or something. Yeah, it's not a good example, but
yeah, it's like no, I think it is because in a series like SpongeBob, you're not going to get an overarching story the entire time. But for like Naruto or something like that, from where he started to where he's going for something. And SpongeBob is like every episode is just some like, and I love SpongeBob. I think that show is hilarious now, especially now being grown. I can like catch all the little jokes they do in there. But it's just a funny show. Whereas those other shows, I think it's good to guide kids who watch that and adults who catch on to it too. There's a ton of little lessons in that. I think everyone should at least watch one series of an anime, just to see if they like it or not. But I guarantee they probably will.
All right. Yeah, I'm not that into it. Like I watched a lot of them, so I have to learn a lot about that myself too, bro. Do you have anything else to share about the project? things coming up?
Anything else? I would just say that I'm very excited. These are probably I was telling one of my friends this earlier today. She was like, "Are you excited for the song to come out tonight?" And I was like, "I am out. I don't even know what word to use, but I'm like, way if my hand could extend or my arm could extend like 5 miles up, I'm up there because I feel like these are 4 songs that that show versatility, that show depth in the storytelling with the production, and also even if you didn't want to pay attention to them for the first time around, they're hard. They bang in the whip. If you're over here like toying around with some shit and someone pulls down, you're gonna do the who's this? And that's when you know
Facts.
you got one. And then 5 times around, you play it on repeat. You're like, oh, there's actually like a story in this. So I feel like whereas most people would come up and it's like, hey, I'm a hip hop artist. So like, okay, you're a SoundCloud rapper, whatever. But if you show them this body of work, people instantly are gonna take you seriously, and that's what I'm excited for most, to work with the one producer who I wanted to work with over anybody else. To then have 4 songs with that person and then put them out. To me, it's like when this came out today, I just sat in my desk for like 30 minutes and was just thinking. I'm like, man, this is crazy. It's wild how little things fall into place. And it all started from my brother being like, yo, check this guy out. His production is sick. And I was like, fucking, you are right. This is amazing. So that's it. I'm just excited for people to hear the next 3 songs too.
Alright. Because Jacksonville is also out.
Hell yeah.
In the US right now. So not only in Europe, guys, but almost worldwide, out now. Video will drop today on the Gorilla Records channel.
What time is it over there?
It is almost 10 in the morning, 10 a.m.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
It's almost 1 there, right?
Yeah. Spot on.
Alright. There's one thing also I wanted to say, what I found crazy and that I'm grateful for, was like the story you're telling on the EP, like how it aligns with also my personal story. Like almost like I listened to this song and to the video like at least 100 times, literally. Like, but almost every line you say, like it aligns, you know. And it's also.
And I think that's not to cut you off, even though I just
no, for sure.
But I think this is going back to when we were talking about the world is kind of in a funk right now, where everything, like there's pollution, there's coronavirus, people are mad at each other for damn near everything. I think one thing that people can start to do is, instead of looking at someone and instantly thinking of how that person is different than you, start looking at the similarities before the differences. And I think then and this goes, like you said, is beyond music. Then we can actually come together, and we all live on the same planet. We're all the same. When you cut us open, we generally all look the same. So then we can all work together, and we can all win. Because this pie is this way bigger than this, but this is what I'm going to use right now. And there's a piece for everybody.
That's true.
Like what you said, that's a personal story. That's all me. But since you can relate to that, we're already similar. So even if we were just like sitting in a room and we're just playing a song and you turn over like, yo, dude, that line was hard. Like, I relate to that. I could be like, yo, me too, man. Like, what would you go through? And then boom, we start a little conversation. But I feel like there's not enough of that going on. And if we do, that could be the step in the right direction. But that just made my night. I'm glad that you can. I'm glad. Well, maybe not glad because it's probably a sad story, but
bro, it is the past, and we're not living in the past, bro. And
we talk about it, but we ain't living it.
Yeah, you said that well.
I guess if there was one more thing to say,
for sure, go ahead.
I think I did it when you came out here, but I just gotta thank you, bro, for giving me a chance, because it working with you has elevated me I've grown a ton in thinking different too. I remember when we were working on, we started. So maybe you were working on the beat and I was kind of just vibing to it, and then we ended up just kicking it on the couch, hit a little bit of something, something, and we were talking about like different life forms and all that, and it was just like I was like, damn man, this dude's cool as fuck. Like we think similarly, and I've learned a lot from you. I've gotten better from working with you, and above all that, I'm happy to call you a good friend of mine. You are the fucking goat, dude.
Bro, appreciate it a lot. The same goes the other way around, for real, for real. And like even maybe how I call it in the physical world, things look a little different, you know, but we are the same, like you say. And um, don't underestimate yourself. Like also in that, you know, like we're the same, literally. And also like that's rare, you know, like the way everything you say about the way of thinking and stuff is true, but also yeah, not everybody thinks like that. So
Yeah.
which makes this even more special. So yeah, bro.
Fun times, man. Nothing but fun times ahead, and
Yes,
hopefully a lot of learning and success.
yes, bro. And we're gonna like everything we said in LA, like all the plans we made and all the fantasies we talked about is gonna happen, bro. I'm sure about all those things.
Yep. You said I saw this while I was meditating. I said, God damn, this man predicted it.
Yeah. That's sick.
Other than that, yeah, I just hope everyone can stay safe. Shout out to everyone who tuned in, and yeah, we're gonna go listen, go peep the new track.
Go check that track out, guys. It's online everywhere, all streaming platforms, and yeah, video releasing today. So make yourself ready for that. Prepare yourself for that.
Oh, you gotta do the chip on too. Wait. Oh man, hold on.
Well, we gotta send you the new one soon.
No, come on, man.
Oh shit! Sick, bro.
I got it on both speakers.
Bro, we're gonna send you as soon as we got the new merch. We're gonna send you a whole pack, and also for your brother.
I'm buying it. I'm supporting the cause. I got to. I want to be laced up in the drip I purchased.
It's gonna be alright, man. Take care of yourself. Yes, sorry. What did you want to say, bro?
Oh, I was just gonna say you take it easy, you stay safe, and I'm proud to be a part of the Unorthodox Talk Show.
Episode 2 dropping next week. Thank you, bro. Take care. We stay working. We stay in touch. Let's get it.
Man, much love. You do the same.
Thanks, bro.